The 144,000 are virgins. They're virgins. What does that mean? The 144,000, they're virgins. What does that mean? All right, let's start in Revelation chapter. This is Revelations 14 and verse. I can start on Revelations 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb. Hold on one second. Revelations 14 and 1 from the top. And I looked, and lo, a lamb. That lamb is Yahushai. Stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. 144,000. Go to Revelation chapter 7. 12,000 out of every tribe. 12,000 times 12, 144,000. All Israelites. That's who the 144,000 are. 12,000 every tribe. And what do they all have in common? They have their father's name written in, etched into their mind. That's the law. Don't take the Most High's name in vain, nor his son's name in vain. The gift of salvation, don't take it as a light thing. Verse 2. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. That song is this truth. Nobody could learn this full truth and this understanding except 144,000, 12,000 out of every tribe. The name in their forehead. That's part of that song as well. Verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth. That's the key. These among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. I'm going to read that verse again. I'm going to break it down after reading it a third time. Verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. Alright, so the subject matter is, what does it mean? They're virgins. Verse 4 says, these are they which were not defiled with women. Now, what is women? What is the women talking about? What is the women talking about? Hold that. We're going to go real quick. This is where are you at? No, I'm not going to go there. This is Proverbs 7 and verse Proverbs chapter 7 and verse, I'll start with verse 2. It says, keep my commandments and live, apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. Wisdom is referred to as a woman. You love women. There's nothing that feels better than being inside of a woman. The comfort of a woman. As wicked as they are, it's the best feeling in the world. You want to have wisdom way. That's why wisdom, because actually a woman's supposed to be a servant too, and wisdom is supposed to serve you. It says, they from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. So now this is twofold. Talk about an actual woman, but also the other type of woman, which is these philosophies. So wisdom is referred to as a woman, but also the other type of woman in the same sense. It's talking about actual, what's the opposite of wisdom? Foolishness. So wisdom is referred to as thou art my sister, is being a woman. And so the opposite of wisdom is what? Foolish women. Foolish women, and then you get the wise women. Now, they're not defiling themselves with meaning stupid ignorance and the cares of this world. Another verse that I think will help drive this point in. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual. Wait. It says the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. What fornication? Fornication is sexual immorality. So when a man sleeps with a man's wife, that's fornication. If a woman sleeps with a man that's not her husband, she's committed fornication, adultery. It has to do with. But here, it's talking about spiritual fornication. So when you're from top again, for the devising of idols, what are idols? You create idols because what? You're trying to worship these idols. Real quick, Isaiah 6 and verse 2. It says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So, that's woman right here is talking about Israel. So the 144,000 is likened unto a woman. These women in Revelation 14 and 4, they're virgins. How are they virgins? Because they're not into idolatry. They have not spiritual fornication. Doesn't mean they haven't had sex. Spiritual fornication. That's what follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Because that's who we worship. We're not following after these idols. They follow after the Lamb. Idolatry is what always would get us in trouble. Because ultimately, guess what? We married to Yahushua. That's why you get Revelations 19. It talks about the marriage of the Lamb. The Lamb marrying 144,000. Jeremiah 6 and 2 again. The daughters of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. Yahushua being the husband, we being the woman, and guess what? We're married. And guess what? When we are beamed up Where do we go? We go into the marriage chambers. Take that over your head a little bit too far. But yeah, you know, in the marriage, you have a big, and that's where the feast, you know, all the birds told, hey, come eat the flesh of kings and captains. That's what happens when you have your marriage. You have your feast, don't you? Rejoice, you reunite. This is Revelations 19:7. It says, "Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife, the daughters of Zion." Who is what? The men. Who are the what? The 144,000. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine, clean, and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. And he saith unto me, right blessed are they which are called unto the marriage of the Lamb. And he said unto me, these are the true sayings of God. So that marriage is talking about what? Yahushua the Lamb marrying 144,000. You're not supposed to, that's been ran through. You can only get married to a virgin. So that's what it means. They're virgins. Involved in any idolatry. They've been born again. Yeah, you might have been into Islam or stuff like that. All of us was in Sunday Christianity or some type of madness. But guess what? You're born again. And when you're born again, you're not into these idols. So you're a virgin. Hope this has been edifying, not confusing. Any questions, concerns, hit me up on the comment board. I will respond in a time fashion. And on that note, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Akakwadash. Double honors to elders of GMS who were well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.